Hey guys, my name is Crystal Rowe and this is Flosstube number 31. So welcome back everybody, and if you're new, hey, thank you for joining me. It has been a crazy couple of weeks. So I hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay! Okay, insert party things here. Thank you everybody who subscribed to get me to 1,000. I'm very excited and I just really appreciate it. And so that's the good news. Okay, so first of all, I haven't been posting my Stitch With Me videos because I have been recording them and they have been deleting from my phone. So I got that fixed. I think I did a test run last night of a video. It worked, it saved, so hopefully you're watching this and everything's going smoothly. So what's been going on? My mom's been sick. She was in the hospital for a short while and she's gotten better, but she's still struggling. So I've made an ER trip with her, and that second time was with the ambulance. She's been to the doctor, she's had procedures done. This is all the past couple weeks. So lots of appointments. And then yesterday I was at physical therapy for myself and Parker had an accident. His nanny was watching him, and this is not because she was watching him. He was doing his normal thing. He kind of gets a little excited sometimes and he moves his body around. Well, he was shaking his head around and he hit it against the edge of the door frame right next to his computer desk. So he cut his head open, and when I go to physical therapy, I leave everything in my car because I don't like taking my purse in there. And I have a combination lock on my door, so I don't have to have my keys. So I just leave everything in my car when I go to therapy. So I didn't have my phone with me. And I'm sitting there, it's time for my therapist to come get me. And the receptionist comes over and she looks at me like this horrible look on her face. And she's like, Crystal? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, your husband needs you to call him. And I'm like, what's wrong? Because I had just talked to my husband maybe 20 minutes before that and everything was fine. And she said, he said that your son hit his head and he's bleeding a lot. And okay, I was at therapy because I'm having so much trouble with my back and my hip, and it's very normal for me to kind of limp or walk slow. I ran so fast out of that lobby. I didn't wait for the elevator. I took the stairs and ran out the door and ran to my car. I told my husband, I said, to me, I was running as fast as I possibly could, but to somebody watching me, I probably looked like a turtle. It's probably like, but I was running so hard to get to my phone to find out what happened because I had no idea. Like, he hit his head. I had no idea, you know, how bad it was, what he had done, anything. So I called my husband and he told me what happened, and they were on their way to the ER. So my physical therapy office is actually across the street from the ER. So I don't know why I moved my car like 2 rows over. I was just nervous. And then I stood out by the ER until they got there. So because of COVID, only one parent can go into the ER. So I took him in there. My husband and mother-in-law waited in the parking lot outside. And thankfully, he was triaged and seen really quickly compared to what's going on in the hospitals right now. They're completely overloaded with COVID patients. And so I'm thankful that he was seen so quickly. And he did not have any signs of a concussion. He had to get 2 staples in his head. He was absolutely scared to death, but he was brave and he did it. And the techs and the nurses and the doctor, they knew he was autistic, and they went above and beyond and took extra steps with him to keep him calm and to answer all his questions, and just they were so kind and respectful to him and his needs. And I'm so thankful because, I'll be honest, you know, I've been to the ER sometimes and I feel like sometimes you get treated like dirt, you know, But, because not everybody's cut out for that job, and also some people are just, you know, they're just so burnt out because they deal with so many people every day that I can't imagine having that job. Just listening to what was going on while we were waiting, I'm like, how do they do this day in and day out? You know, so much respect for ER workers. I mean, of course, for all medical workers in general, but I'm telling you what, the volume of people coming in there with, you know, there was a man in the room next to us, and we weren't in the exam rooms, we were like in these little triage rooms, and he had double COVID pneumonia in his lungs. And, you know, he was an older man, and my heart broke, and the doctor was explaining to him what was going on, and they were giving him the treatment, and are they going to keep him for the treatment? And I'm just like, you know, he was not the only one. They were just coming in. And when we were leaving, the cars were just stacked up outside dropping people off. It was crazy. So I'm thankful that he was treated, and we were only there maybe 2.5 hours, which is amazing, because when I took my mom the first time to the ER, she was there for hours, not even getting triage. So normally with my mom's health problems, it's maybe 10 minutes before she's in a bed. So unfortunately, she ended up going home because she just could not wait in the waiting room. So she's like, please take me home and I'll go back tomorrow. Well, the next day she woke up and she couldn't walk. So I had to call an ambulance to get her there, and they got her fixed up. She's able to walk again. But she's still struggling. So it's been crazy. So thank you for letting me get all that off my chest. Parker, he got some McDonald's when we were done, and he was so happy to have it all over with. And as soon as the actual event of getting the staples was over, and he didn't feel all the pain he thought he was going to feel because they numbed him, he was just like, he had this adrenaline rush. So last night about 2 o'clock in the morning, he was struggling with anxiety and worrying about what was going to happen with his head. And so he was struggling, and then the medication they gave him to numb his head had worn off. So I gave him some over-the-counter medication, and he finally got to sleep. So hopefully today he'll feel okay. He may have a little headache, and but he doesn't have any signs of a concussion, so that's good. Sorry if I already said that. So my therapist actually called me to check on him, and she said that she thought that I was going to leap over the entire stairwell in one jump because I ran so fast out of there. And when my adrenaline wore off, once we got settled at the hospital, I really messed my hip up. It's like, oh, why did I do that? But, you know, I told her, I said it was my mom adrenaline. Like, you know, as soon as I heard those words, I was like, get out of there. So I'm a little sore today. I hope I didn't get myself an extra couple months of therapy for that. So we'll see. So that's my crazy life right now. That's it. So thank you guys for listening to all that. So let's move into more stitchy talk. Okay, I'm gonna look at my notes. Okay, so that's it for life updates, and I went over about my Stitch With Me. So hopefully now this video will process and save, and I can continue and get back on my Stitch With Me videos. So now I can move into my comments. Thank you guys so much for all of your sweet, sweet comments about Winter Rose Manor. It really made me feel good. I mean, I'm really proud of that, but to get the feedback, it really made me feel good too. And a lot of you guys left emojis after I talked about Stacy C. Stitch's explanation of how leaving emojis helps support Flosstubers. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, just go back and watch episode 30. So thank you so much. And I do have a couple of comments to go over. So, and I printed them out. So I didn't have to get my son's laptop out. The first one was from Michelle, and she said she had a tip to use black interfacing behind her black Ada before putting it on sticky board to help with the threads not showing through. And that's a great tip. And also Candace K had a very similar tip. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about when I show my FFO, I'll talk about that. And then I don't know if it's Char, like Charlotte or Charlene, or Char. I'm gonna say Char J57. She said at a certain time in the video, what is the classic Colorworks white that I showed? She loves it, and it was bamboo. So it is the color that comes in every month's calendar crates for the white. And yeah, that's classic Colorworks bamboo. And I have some of my project bags when I show my whips. It's very similar to 3865 DMC. Very similar. I think it's a little bit, maybe a little bit more white than 3865. And then, I don't know, okay, if you remember, I had found a tangled skein of green floss, and I had asked Vicky, who sent me Stitchy Kindness, if she had included that in her gift, because Stormy was playing with it, and I thought it had fallen out of the envelope. And she said she did not send me the green floss, that she thinks I have a gremlin. So yes, Vicky, there's a floss gremlin somewhere that got a hold of that floss. So I don't know where she got it from. I don't know, but she had a good time playing with it. So thank you guys for all of your comments. I really appreciate it. Alright, so I'm going to move into new Flosstubers. I have two Flosstubers to highlight. The first one is Southern Yankee Stitcher, and this is Olivia. So I have a connection to Olivia. We didn't work together. She works for the school system here, and I was a substitute teacher. So I didn't get to interact with her, but I remembered her from like signing in and out of the office and things like that. So I can't remember. I think maybe she watched my video, or we found each other on one of the groups. I can't remember. It was last year during the pandemic and when my mom was really sick. But so we chatted back and forth, and so she doesn't live in my town. She lives like very close to me in another town, and she has a Flosstube channel called Southern Yankee Stitcher. And Olivia I've only gotten through maybe 2 of her videos so far. She has, I think, 6-ish, and I have gotten so far behind on my Flosstube because of school starting and my mom being sick and all that stuff that I'm way behind. So I finally have gotten to some of my watch lists, and I love her videos. She has really cool personal stories for her stitching, and she has a lot of good crafty tips for cross stitch and finishing and all that. So check her out. She's really awesome. And the other one is the ADHD Stitcher. I said that right. ADHD Stitcher. And her name is Micah, I believe. Micah, if I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. And her channel was recommended to me by Rebecca. And I called Rebecca the Flosstube Whisperer because Rebecca, when I first started, she really supported me and gave me tips of people to watch. And that's what she does. It's like she does her own little stitch harmony with Flosstubers. She's really good at like bringing people together and helping new Flosstubers. You know, Rebecca helped me with Stitchy Kindness and just support and comments. And when you're first getting your YouTube Flosstube started, that is a huge, huge help. So Micah has several videos out. I've watched her first 2, and she has a lot of great ideas, and she has things I've never seen before. I mean, she has really, really cool pieces that she's showing, and I just love her channel. And so guys, check those two channels out if you haven't already. They're both on Instagram. They have their Instagram information on their videos, and I will link them below. So, and they're both in the under 1,000 subs club. I forgot to mention that. So please go check them out, subscribe, like their videos. Thank you. Alright, so let me check my notes. Okay, coffee time. Sorry, I've got to have some coffee. Because all this talking, my mouth gets dry. Alright, so I have an FFO. And it is my September calendar crates. And this is just the part that came off the board. And when I pulled this off, 3 of my washers came off. So I don't know what it is, but these are not sticking. I've already re-glued these one time. So I don't know if I need to switch to super glue or E6000. I guess I need to use E6000 because for some reason, and these are those washers that I got at Walmart, and maybe, I don't know why it would be any different with the hot glue, but yeah, they keep coming off this board. So I need to figure that out. But I will insert the picture of the complete finished piece. I don't want to take it off the wall, so I just pulled this off. And I do have some mistakes in here. There's a flower missing here because I got off on my counting. But, I mean, you can't tell. And I want to talk about how I use my floss. I wasn't thinking about it, and I went horizontally with my floss and my pumpkins. And last year when I stitched Calvin and Clyde, I went up and down, and it gave my pumpkins that look of the different shapes and like highlights, and I forgot to do that. So my tip to you is, if you have not stitched this yet, if you're using variegated floss to stitch up and down, you'll get a completely different look. Now, I love how the word giant turned out because it's kind of like got the highlighted part in the middle. But for the pumpkins, I've also done it to where I stitched in a circle, but my tension got kind of messed up with that, and I ended up with a little like pucker in the middle. So I would recommend going up and down for pumpkins. It really makes it look nice. So if I stitch more pumpkins, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so that's my FFO. And let's move on to whips. Alright, so these are in no particular order because I didn't keep good records. My first one is Hands-On Design If Pumpkins Could Fly. And this is a sow. Hashtag Flying Pumpkin sow. Candace finished hers. Tracy finished hers. Candace of Candace K. Tracy of Gee Stitchery. And they look amazing. So I am so far behind. Way behind. And I'll explain why. This is all that I have done. Not much more than the last time I showed you. And I'm really slow on this fabric. This is 16 count Picture This Plus that I also used. It's Kermit that I also used for my banner year, Ghosties and Gourds, and I was slow on that too. I think it's because Picture This Plus weave is tighter, and even though it's a 16 count, it feels a little bit like between a 16 and an 18, and I'm just slower. I'm slower on a smaller count, so this has taken me a while. Plus, I worked on it on days when I didn't have a lot of stitching time. So, I went much faster through these words, and then I kind of went slower up here. So that's why. Picture This Plus fabric, always, on any piece of fabric I have from them, I'm slower. But I do love their fabric. Their colors are pretty. I don't know what it is, but it's like shrunken more than another count. Okay, so my next one, this was a new start, and this is Lizzie Kate's Spooky String. And I looked at this and I thought, okay, I'm gonna stitch the Thankful String, and to me they look, far away they look really similar because they're both fall colors and things like that. So I wanted to do this one a little bit different to make it pop more. So I chose chalkboard black fabric, and I just pulled colors from my DMC stash that I liked for Halloween. And the thread's a mess. I'm just gonna show you. It's a mess. If anybody's interested, I can do a conversion of the colors. And actually, here's one that needs to go in the back. And I'll show that one more time. Hopefully, let's see. Yeah. So that's what I've got so far, and I love that. That was one day. That was just one day. So, when I pick this back up, I may knock it out in one more day. So, it's really fun. I like that. I think it's going to turn out really cute and match some of my other, like, Halloween. And then once I finish that, I'll work on the Thankful String. Okay, so next we have Halloween Parade by the Blue Flower. This is one of my favorite patterns ever. It says strange things are seen on Halloween. And it has like a witchy lady and a bunch of pets in costumes. So I haven't done a ton on this since I last showed it. So I ran out of the purple that is in her dress. I don't know if it's showing up purple, but so I had started on her dress, and then I filled in her hair, and that's all I've gotten done on that. But I love stitching on this. That's a 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco that I coffee tea dyed. You can also buy tea dyed Monaco. I've seen it. Okay. Alright, so my next is Santa's Village. This is in my polar bear bag that I made. I've been making bags. So there may be a giveaway at the end of the show. Anyway. Alright, so this is what I've been working on during my Stitch With Me videos that never got posted because they never saved to my phone. So right now I'm working on Poinsettia Place, and that is in the plastic, but I think it's okay. So I'll show you what I got done. Since my last video, I finished North Pole Post Office, which is this one. The only thing I do need to do is add a few snowflakes, and I'm going to do that when I do my snowflakes for Poinsettia Place. So I finished North Pole Post Office, and then I have started on Poinsettia Place. And on camera, the white does not pop very much. I talk about this about every time, but in person, it's exactly what I want. It does pop in person, and it just, the star of the show for me are the reds and greens, and that's what I really wanted to show on this. So this is a 14 count beige Ada from Fat Quarter Shop, and I'll have to look up the exact name and put it on the screen because I forget it every time. But I'm going to look it up, and I'm going to put it on a index card and stick it in my project bag so I can remember. So and that is, I had asked you guys if I should do Main Street or Santa's Village for my 25/7 a day, and Santa's Village seemed like it got more votes, but probably what I'm going to do is do some Santa's Village and then do some Main Street and kind of go back and forth. So this is what it'll look like when it's all done. So if you voted for Main Street, don't fear, I'll get to it. When I get sick of stitching on Sam's Village, I'll switch. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, my next one is a new start. Where is it? Okay. October Calendar Crates by Stitching with the Housewives. Okay, sorry. And this is what I've got done. I haven't gotten a ton done, but I did the moon with the cat outline, the witch, and a ghost in pumpkins, and basically I'm working my way down this way and then do some of this and do some of this. So I don't know. It just depends on how much time I spend on this if I'm going to get it done this month. I am going slower, so if I don't get it done, I'm not going to worry about it because I can leave September up. It's still fall, so I'm not going to stress about it. But I really like stitching this. It's fun. And I'm going to show that bamboo color for Char. This is the bamboo. And I add a little hole here to put my extras like this. With a hole punch. So I'm using the called for colors on that. Oh, and I forgot to talk about this. I am stitching this not on chalkboard black, but on black. And this is Black Ada from Hobby Lobby. I think it is, I don't know the brand. It's just the Black Ada that they sell. So I love it on the black. It makes it pop more. And I switched my purple. I forgot to talk about that too. Previously, when I showed my haul, I had talked about how I wasn't crazy about the purple that came with it. I wanted something more, to me, a Halloween purple, so I'm using Plum Paisley. So, and I just added the other purple to my stash. Now, the November, I'm on the fence about. I need to see it in person to decide if I'm going to stitch it or not. Okay. My next one, I just got a little bit of work done on. I actually worked on this yesterday. And this is my Barbara Anna A New World Part 2 Plentiful Meadows. If you're new here, I stitched Part 1 already. And I'll just do a real quick flash of Part 1. It's like Halloween themed. So I've just got that in my project bag. And these are 5 parts. They're all stitched on different fabric, and then you sew them together. So this is what I have done so far. This is on, let me find my sticky note. 32 count dark cobblestone Lugana. Wait a minute, I worked the wrong fabric. That's why it feels so different. Oh no! I didn't use the linen. I kept thinking, this feels so different. Oh, Crystal. Oh, I've already stitched so much. What if it doesn't work? Okay, y'all tell me what you think. Oh, it's real life, people. Okay, so I kept thinking, why does this feel so different than this linen? Okay. And I thought, well, maybe, I don't know. You know, I'm no expert. So, they get sewn together like this. Should I restart that on linen? Is it gonna make a difference? Why? Okay, let me show you what I've stitched. This is what I've stitched. I'm working on the horse. So, y'all. Okay, people who are more experienced than me. This is a 5-part series. All 5 call for fabrics are linen. They get sewn together, but they're all 32 count. Should I just finish this on a Lugana? Or should I order the linen and started over on the linen. Let me know what you think. I'm also probably going to put that on Instagram, because I don't know. I don't want it to look funky. I mean, I can't believe it took me this long to realize I ordered Lugana. Thankfully, I saved that sticker, because what I did is, where did it go? Oh, I'm going to cover the chart up. What I did is I stuck it to the bottom of my chart, one of the printouts right here. Yeah, Lugana. Daggone it. Okay. Well, moving on from that big mistake. Okay, so I have started the Nightmare Before Christmas sale, and this is being put on by, I think it's called Story Stitches. Yeah, Story Stitches. Now, if you Google Nightmare Before Christmas cross stitch or something like that, let me tell you what, odds are you're not going to find this. So use the link down below, or type in Story Stitches blog spot and find it that way. So let me find the picture of the, okay, so this is a free pattern. This is the picture, and this is all DMC, and then each day, so that will be October 1st, she'll have a release. And these are 21 by 21 inch squares. And so every day in October, there'll be a release that you can, a free release that you can fill in, and this will be from the movie Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is a lot of 310. So what I did, because I did not want to tackle this first, I was going to stitch this first. So what I did is, I got my fabric, and this is Bestitch Me 27 count Linda in Not Another Sampler. So what I did is I turned it upside down. This is my fabric upside down. And I've been counting out, if you see the little marks, that's 21, 21, 21. So that I can just go in and add the lines without thinking about it. So I'm doing all the work on the outside. And then, when you flip it this way, it'll be the bottom of the calendar. So, I was afraid to just start in the middle, because I didn't want to mess up or run out of fabric or misplace it. So I thought, if I start at the bottom and work my way to the middle, then I know that I'll get it right. So the border was released September 1st, and then October 1st we'll start the motif releases. So what I'm probably going to do is just get the border and that top outlined, and then throughout the month of October do my daily piece, and then try to fill in maybe like one strand of 310 or something like that. I don't know. I just want to have fun. So if I'm having fun, I'll do whatever it is to have fun. That's the point. But that's good because it's a free one. And then this is my last whip. I pulled this one out. I haven't worked on it in a while. This is Lindy Stitches, Tread Softly. Make sure I'm showing that correctly. And this is on 32 count Mediterranean, I think it's called Mediterranean Sea Linen. And I'll insert a picture. I did take a picture of where I was so you can see the difference. So I love this. Some of this is Dinky Dyes, some of it's Weeks Dye Works, and some of it's DMC. So I'm just working on my owl. And did I buy that color I needed? I need a color. I feel like I went to Hobby Lobby and bought it, but maybe I didn't. Because I don't know where my bag would be. I need to figure that out. Because I needed 951. I didn't have any. to continue with my owl. So I love that. It's a sweet pattern. And it is on 32 count, so I'm like the 16 count Picture This Place. I'm a little bit slower on 32 count. So I'm just taking my time more on that. Okay, so I need a coffee break. 35 minutes, not bad. Alright, so now I want to talk about wish list. Mama Loves You GB and I think finally Farm Girl had started this sale. I think it's called Pumpkin Gardener or Garden, something like that. And it was super cute and I liked the aesthetic of it. So I followed the link to the designer's Instagram page. For some reason, I didn't see that pattern on this Instagram page. But I found a lot of other patterns that I was like, wow. So her name is, the designer's Instagram name is Mama Witch Cross Stitch, like X Stitch actually. So I'll put that across the screen. And she has really like folksy, quirky Halloween and fall pieces with woodland animals and like pumpkin people. And they are so cute. And the one that just stole my heart, y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but it's a possum playing a banjo. And, okay, so I'm from Hatfield and McCoy territory in West Virginia. And that possum playing a banjo just, I love it. I love it. My grandpa and great-grandpa both were moonshiners, and I mean, it just, I love it. I love it. So, and then she had the other one. She had one that had like a fox and some other animals. She has several freebies of woodland animals. She has these really cute Halloween ones that have little trick-or-treat, I think they're trick-or-treat pumpkin people or something like that. They're little trick-or-treaters in costumes. So I'll put all these pictures up so you can see. Please go check her out. I definitely plan on getting some of her patterns. I just love them. They're fun and different, and I just fell in love with it. And her colors are so pretty. They're so pretty. So that is Mama Witch X Stitch. And my other one is one I'm sure all of y'all have seen. I forgot to talk about this last week, but it is Stitching with the Housewife Silent Night. I absolutely love that pattern, and I just fell in love with the church and the barn and the house, and I even thought those would look pretty broken up into smaller pieces. Like you could stitch the church, the barn, and the house and just set them, make them kind of like their little tier tray tidbits. And what is so cute is this teeny tiny little pig. That pig is so cute. Speaking of pigs, I don't know if I ever showed this, but I want to stitch Wilbur from Teresa Kogut. If y'all are new here, last homeschool year, it wasn't too long ago, I think it was last spring, but last homeschool year, I read aloud Charlotte's Web to my son. So I stitched the Stitching with the Housewives Barnyard Bakery and made a couple changes to make it fit Charlotte's Web. I added Charlotte, and then I changed the words on the bowl to say some pig, and I absolutely love it. And I need to finish that to put in my kitchen. So I don't know, I just love pigs, and I love the Wilbur. I love the whole story and the memories I made with Parker, and her, Teresa Kogut's Wilbur. Y'all, that is the most perfect Wilbur ever. It's so cute. So that wasn't on my original list, but thinking about the pigs led me to that thought. So that's what is on my wish list for the week. And now we can move on to haul. There's no haul. So, well, actually there was haul. I had gotten Stitchy Kindness in the form of a Hobby Lobby gift card. So I used that gift card to get that black Ada and some DMC that I needed. So that was, you know, that was so sweet. So thank you. And I'm already using it, so I can't show it in my haul. I'm going to adjust my legs here. Okay, snap, crackle, pop. Alright, so we're going to do the giveaways. I'm going to insert the video here so you guys can see, because I filmed this before I started this video. So I'm going to insert the video. Okay, so I have decided to do the giveaway like Steph from Just Keep Stitching this time, just to make it a little bit easier to insert into my video. So we'll see how it goes. So I have the video entered, and I have the word truck for the first one. So I'm going to click get YouTube comments. 13. Scroll down to the start button. Allison Norris. I love to see you start Santa's Village. I need to buy fabric and start that one too. Truck and hat. So Allison, you're the winner for the truck pattern. And let me go back and do a second one. So the next one is the hat one. So we'll put in hat. Get YouTube comments. Try that again. Oh, I must have messed something up. Sorry. Hurry. What did I do? Oh, it worked. Okay, so 19. Ah, Stormy! No! Oh, let's see. Okay, I have to do it again now. Maybe I should have just done it the old way. Okay, so hat. Nope, here she's trying to come back. No, Stormy. The YouTube comments. Oops. Did you enter the right YouTube? Oh no. She must have hit something. Okay. Let me delete that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened. Okay, let me try it again. Yay! Okay, it worked that time. Start. The Gee Stitchery. Alright, Megan. Your banner year piece is awesome. I'm working on her Scary Apothecary series as I watch your Flosstube. Oh, that's so cool. Sorry to hear about your tough few weeks. Hang in there. Thank you. I would pick Main Street because both of those charts are a ton of work, and the Santa's Village one you'd only be able to display for 2 months. The hat pattern is adorable. And Megan, you're right. You only get to display Santa's Village a couple months, and I can display Main Street all year. So, alrighty. Thank you guys. Let's get back to the regular scheduling program. How does Steph say that? Maybe I shouldn't steal her phrase. Alright, let's get back to the video. Okay, by the magic of editing, you've seen the video. And Megan, I already have your info, so you don't have to worry about that. And who was my other winner? I'm sorry, I'm blanking. I didn't write your name down, and I've already forgot. Email me at crystalrow96@gmail.com, or message me on Instagram with your info so I can get that in the mail to you. So, I have a giveaway for this week for my 1,000 subs milestone. I actually have two. One's Stitchy Kindness and one's a giveaway. So I'm going to do Stitchy Kindness first. So this is, I want to pass these on. There's actually 3. The other one is somewhere in my stuff. I'm passing on these 3 calendar crates, September, August, and July. So the first 3 calendar crates. I'm done stitching them, so I just want to pass them on. So use the word just use the word crate, C-R-A-T-E. Well, no, because that's confusing. Some people might put crates. Okay. Use the word crates. C-R-A-T-E-S. Crates. If you're interested in stitching these. So you'll get all three: July, August, September. And my plan is, as long as I'm in the club, I'm going to save up 3 months and then pass those on to somebody who would like to stitch them. Okay. The next one is a giveaway of a project bag that I made. I am making bags to sell, and I wanted to give one away. Now, I'm not a perfect bag maker, so, you know, please be forgiving of that, okay? But I love this fabric. This is called, I think it's called Tiny Treaters. There's glare from the vinyl, but look at those little, and look at that Halloween, that little weenie dog as a mummy. How cute is that? And they're in little costumes. And then the back is like a word search print. It has Halloween words on it. So, if you would like to win this project bag, and these are both open to international, please be 18, like the video, be a subscriber. And these are both open to international viewers. May take me a little bit longer to mail your stuff, but it's open. Okay, use the word bag, B-A-G. And because I did hit 1,000 subscribers, I did not plan on monetizing my channel, because when you have a small channel like this, the monetization is extremely small. But YouTube is putting ads on videos that are not monetized, which is why Stitching with the Housewives monetized their channel, because YouTube's already putting ads on them. And I went to watch my video, and there were ads. So, I don't know. I may monetize just because YouTube already has ads on my video, and even though it's only like a couple dollars, I think that, you know, it's my content, so I would rather them have to provide that couple dollars to me than put it back into their revenue. So I hope y'all understand, if I do monetize, which if you're seeing ads right now, I'm not monetized. But if I do monetize, that's why. It's just because YouTube is bullying creators by putting ads on their videos when they don't want them. So, of course, that anything is going to go back into giveaways. So, I hope you understand. I'll have to look into that and make a decision. Alright, so I have a comment question. I have a lot of new subscribers, and I like finding out where you guys live. So, just let me know in the comments where you live. You can be as specific or as vague as you want. If you want to, you know, protect your privacy, don't answer, or just put the country or the state or whatever. You know, it's up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable sharing. I love seeing where everybody's from. It's just really cool. And I live in a tiny town in South Carolina called 96. So, that is it. That's it, guys. 45 minutes, not bad, not bad. And I hope you have a great week. I'm going to pamper my baby boy today. He's going to be spoiled while he's recovering. And that's it. That's all we're going to do. So, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.